In Wyoming, the beauty of the mountains is matched only by the grit of its people. Known as the Equality State, Wyoming knows that the key to its economic prosperity is found in the wildlife, the land and water, and in a lifestyle that is forever West. Part of the Wyoming Women's Foundation mission is to help cultivate and grow the cherished tradition of hunting while celebrating sustainability and empowerment found in harvesting an animal, bringing it home to the table.
That was awesome.
So awesome.
The legacy continues with the Wyoming Women's Antelope Hunt, the first woman's sure-shot antelope hunt, and whereas hunters promote and preserve Wyoming's hunting heritage and support conservation efforts, ensuring future generations will be able to enjoy Wyoming's wildlife and open spaces.
Hunting is such a deeply personal experience and can be so empowering. That for these women that learn to hunt as adults, I've seen how life-changing it can be and really healing for a lot of them.
First I heard about the Wyoming Women's Antelope Hunt was through Fred Williams, our state director for First Hunting Foundation. He asked maybe if I could come help, and so I decided to come last year, and I helped with the shooting range, teaching. There were 40 ladies, and we helped teach them all how to shoot, or making sure those that knew how to shoot, that their guns were sighted in.
I'd been an outdoors woman all my life, but I had not ever hunted. And this was a new way to participate on the landscape that was really profound. I was the chair of the foundation board, and we were approached by 3 women with this idea of having a women's antelope hunt. So we thought about it, and we really liked the idea of a hunt because that helps women put food on their table, and our mission is economic self-sufficiency for women. So we leaned into mentoring, camaraderie, and then also our award structure tried to really facilitate an ethical hunt. It's been 9 years now of our hunt, and it's been a fabulous event for over 200 women.
What is great about this hunt is that we have so many landowners who let folks come on their land, and these landowners every day they're working this land, they're creating habitat for wildlife, but also being able to use it for dual purposes such as their cattle or sheep operations or for recreation. And we're so grateful and blessed to have them be able to donate this to this hunt because it really makes all the difference and gives us hunters an opportunity to share in the bounty that they're producing every day. Self-sufficiency is very important for women as we grow. We're I think the largest number of hunters, the new hunters are women. So to see them come back after their first harvest is just, it's inspiring.
I am so excited to be at the Women's Hunt this year in Wyoming. I got here by way of a long journey for myself. October 24th, 2014, my husband was in law enforcement. He was a sheriff deputy, and he was killed in the line of duty. It was very instant, and it was very traumatic, and it left our whole family falling apart, and I was really broken for about 4 years. I got reunited with an old friend. He thought it would be therapeutic for me to shoot guns, and I thought that's an odd thing to ask for since my husband was killed by a gun, but I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try because I thought he was a good friend. And I started shooting a bolt-action rifle, and I just really enjoyed the precision and trying to get a close grouping. Then he said, you know, you should go hunting, and I thought, well, I might try it once or twice, and I went out with him a couple times and watched. I got my hunting license, and I went out hunting several times with him, and I really enjoyed it to the point where the parts of my life that were broken that I didn't have an identity for anymore kind of were filled with this new, amazing thing.
First stalk of the hunt, we found a herd of antelope with, looks like it has 4 bucks in it. One of them looks pretty good. So we're gonna hike up over this ridge, see if we can't get a better look at them. I brought my spotting scope, but hopefully we get close enough we don't need it, and Susan can make a decision if she likes it or not. Beautiful morning in Wyoming.
So we came up the ridge, and it was kind of startling how close they were. And we started to set up, and they were all looking at us, and we were just kind of like, what do we do? This is really going to go down right now. This is not like a test.
Good job. Done. Good job. Oh my gosh, you just... That was fantastic.
Everybody did so awesome.
Yes. Awesome. That's a great buck.
Congratulations.
Yes. Good.
I almost want to cry.
That was so perfect.
Great job.
That was perfect. That was awesome.
I watched through my scope once I got set up, the two, and they were both beautiful bucks, both. And but the one in the back was just a little bit nicer.
Out, yeah.
And so I just waited until he came out, and he kind of hid behind the other one. Finally turned broadside, and that gave me the shot. So it was perfect.
Yeah. Let's go.
That was awesome.
So awesome.
Now that we got a little closer, I'm really excited. He looks like he has some pretty good battle wounds. It looks like he's got maybe some scraping from fencing and some fighting and broken off tip here, and it's a great buck to take down, and I think it was a perfect morning. It really was. So I'm really excited to have him, and he will find a good spot on the wall. He certainly will.
The Wyoming Women's Antelope Hunt is an opportunity for women that want to learn and grow in the sport of hunting, but it goes far beyond that. Women can choose to shoot a shotgun, go fly fishing, take up archery, and learn valuable field skills like taxidermy, meat processing, and even some helpful tips on cooking wild game. It's also a special place for women that are experienced hunters and want to give back to the hunting community by mentoring and encouraging other women to participate in the sport of hunting. The volunteers at the Wyoming Women's Hunt guide new hunters through the entire journey from the field to the table. The spectacular scenery found here is the perfect backdrop for the fellowship and camaraderie that is found while facing the challenge of hunting. Challenge that we've put on ourselves and on our team is to get as close as possible. Susan's antelope was under 100 yards, so it'd be nice if we could, get close as well and add some element of challenge to it. We're gonna work up this basin here. We're gonna try to get within reach of these antelope. They're like literally 260 yards right now, but we're trying to get everything under 100 yards for this hunt. We set out on this hunt, Susan and I both, to try to get as close as we possibly could to our antelope. And she got her antelope buck super close at like 98 yards. I was at 130 when I set up to take the shot on this buck, and they got up and kind of started to walk off, and I ended up with a 160-yard shot, which is pretty good on an antelope. And we did the best we could to get as close as we could, and all in all, it was a perfect day in the desert here. It could not be any more beautiful. Wyoming is fantastic. Adam, our guide, has been exceptional. He's 16 years old, and this young man is out here just crushing it and just has been so much fun and very knowledgeable. And his family farm here is beautiful, and they've got beautiful antelope. It's such an honor and a blessing, really, to be here. And to be able to hunt an animal like this and to look at them and be part of their world, if only for a few days.
Coming here to the hunt was awesome because the best hunting is with women who have the same beliefs that you do. This is a great experience. I would recommend it to anyone. I just had a blast. Even if I didn't come back with an antelope and I was empty-handed, this would have been worth the experience.
The Wyoming Women's Foundation takes pride in honoring the state's cultural roots by teaching women the tradition and skill found in hunting, ultimately helping them to feed their families while aiding in the economic self-sufficiency of women for generations to come. We invite you to join us at the Wyoming Women's Antelope Hunt, either as a mentor or hunter, to take part in this incredible journey that helps to ensure the future of our land, wildlife stewardship, and our time-honored traditions in conservation through hunting. Join us as a Sister of the Sage. Visit www.wyomingwomensantelopehunt.org to learn more. Thank you for watching this episode of Pursue the Wild. If you would like to hear more, check out the Wild and Uncut podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow me at Kristy Titus on Facebook and Instagram.